Yep. Hello and welcome again to VanillaTV, guys. I'm Greg, joining me is Chaplain, and on the stream is Comedian. This is the Velociraptor upper bracket semi-final, TCM versus Infused. We are on CP Gullywash, and the winner of this will go on to play Crackland, so do keep an eye out for that game. But at the moment, I'm watching Kaidus. He's pushing under the left side. Where are the Infused team? They've actually gone through choke with like 6 players. Kaidus is completely caught out. Really,
Zebbosai gets a great jump on the medic, takes Dunc straight away. He's going for dead man now, gets taken down by the scout, and there's a straight push up. Kaidus is still keeping alive with his medic. Hymzi managed to take it. Yeah, very nice. And it looks like now that they've got actually got the straight ground advantage here, and they'll be taking the middle point straight off Infused. Numlocked up, he's going straight back in. Can he do anything?
He's going to get the medics forced to Uber. Really nice play, lovely timing. Like as he went in there, Byte was caught in that little corner. No chance that he could get out of there, so he just forced a pop. Nice pop from him, to be honest, rather than just dying. You know, he knew he was going to die. He
took down Zerox as well, so that's a great play by him.
So we'll have to see whether TCM want to push in with, you know, equal Uber and player disadvantage. I think at the moment they'll probably just, you know, be happy with having one middle, you know, being in the, you know, taking the first fight, and look to try and cut off some of these Infused players, especially with how aggressive Infused normally are, as you can already see, being a little bit aggressive in big door. Possibly that soldier stickied out at the moment, and he does go down. That is Mike, pretty big player from Infused. Will we see TCM push without their Uber?
Infused is still showing really strong on the flank here. You know, I think if I was in TCM boots now, I'd be starting to mobilise for a push. Mike's a big pick for them. So they're going up through choke now. Good straight push through choke. They avoid the stickies on the train. Takes a lot of damage on the scout. Going straight up for the combo. Uber's popped for Infused. For TCM. Now Infused. Straight multi Uber from TCM. Getting up on another point. High advantage. Yep. And now they've got completely shut out, and they're getting high advantage now. That point belongs to TCM. With only Zebbosai being swapped. And both scouts down for Infused.
Yeah, well, that was some really great timing from TCM. Actually, it looks like Infused are want to do some pressure onto their second point at the moment. While they get their scouts respawning, they're holding pretty well forward. Hymzi actually goes down, but it looks like Numlock's picking off now. I think they're accepting holding last. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about what TCM actually did there when they pushed in. Obviously, the Mike pick was the biggest catalyst for that. But then they didn't push in straight away. They regrouped and went the other side, which was really good to get away from the Numlock stickies. And then when they got in, Mike had only just spawned. By the time Mike would have got there, you know, the Uber fight was over. So it would have been a 6v5 Uber fight in TCM's favour, and because of that, they managed to catch a player off guard. I think it was Cookye actually, who was holding choke pretty much alone, and that kill, you know, just added an extra player to them, meant the rest of the Infused team couldn't come out of bottom lobby. And actually, Mike trying to make a big play, and he goes down. Means that it's going to be a player advantage as TCM push in. They look to go from Riverside. And has a pop pretty early. There's Byte popping already. Have they forced Dunc? Yes, they have. Dunc Ubers. Yeah, probably a good choice from him rather than trying to milk it. Zebo goes down, probably on the top right, and we'll see whether TCM want to try a repush 5v5, but Mike just spawning, so Byte would have known that. And I'm just going to alt tab for an update from the.
Go, you might as well broadcast that. I want to know too.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't want spoilers, it's actually to mute everything now. It's 2-0 to Barca, so Barca already ahead. Iniesta, big goal.
Well, and while we're chatting about that, Mike does get Hymzi. That looks like a good thing to push on right now. And Infused are really showing their presence in upper lobby here. Demo straight out,
they've actually got 10% disadvantage. I think if Byte knows about this, they're going with Zebbosai's going to get the Uber. Does kill Dunc. They use that 10% advantage so well. Infused were not expecting that whatsoever, and they've actually just cleared up so many bags, including Numlocks. Now what they just need to do is make sure the soldiers and the scouts go down, is what I was going to say, but soldiers need to go down as well, pretty much. Byte goes down, Mike's on 6 HP, goes down just. Flisko left up behind the point, 30 HP, does go down, and that's 1-0. Oh, damn it, spawns. No, he's in pocket in time. 1-0 to TCM. What a round. We
saw TCM really using their Uber advantage on the last there and prioritising the scouts so well. I think really they deserved that one, and we'll see how Infused managed to strike back here.
Yeah, indeed. That's just like every fight that has happened so far, TCM have won. So, you know, it's not looking good for Infused at the moment, really. We'll just have to wait and see whether TCM can keep pushing forward with these fight advantages and not let Infused get the momentum.
You see, everywhere I seem to see, you know, a JoeyC. JoeyC seems to always have 2 scouts on him, and the same with the Cookye. You know, they're just really using their players' advantage, sticking together, unlike what Infused are doing.
And this time Dunc's actually managed to escape the middle with actually near 15% Uber advantage. I doubt they're going to come back in there. No, they're just back. They're going to go top. Yeah, good choice really from Infused. Whether they did know about an Uber advantage or not, it's still 3v5 I think it was in the end on middle. So, but yeah, it's another nice fight. I think at the moment it seems to be the Scouts and Zebbosai that are getting the big plays really from TCM, and Numlock's actually doing lots and lots of pressure. Do force both Ubers at the same time, so that pressure didn't really help out too much just yet. Seb does manage to get away through those stickies, and currently 5v5 at the moment. Cookye is so low, surely he's going to die. Yes, he does go down. JoeyC going for Byte, but gets saved there, Byte, and Kaidus is going to go down to Numlocked, but Numlocked should be cleared up by Hymzi. Oh, hero pipe. Yes, he does hit it, so now he's going to go down. Zerox comes in and helps out, and just Flisko left alive. He's on last. He's not going to want to go and block that. So another fight, won by TCM overall, and that's 5 in a row pretty much that Infused have failed to reply to.
However, now you go out Infused pushing straight out now. Looks like they're going to take the second again. Loads and loads and loads of pressure on Byte here. Yeah, here's Kaidus to save the day. Cookye goes straight in there, gets hero piped, and Kaidus goes straight down. Looks like Byte's going to go down here.
Yeah, they're losing a lot of players in bottom lobby. Yeah, they lost both Zebo and Hymzi in bottom lobby as well, TCM there, and they're going to lose the second point now. hocz the only one alive. It seemed like they were banking too much on getting a back cap there, and didn't pay off for them at all, and losing 2 players because of it meant they lost like 3 players the other side as well. So hocz does manage to survive actually, 60 HP now after the health back, and nice fight from Infused really, a really aggressive re-push onto second, and they needed that, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're just seeing Numlocked spearhead these players again and again and again with just that aggression he's showing around the flanks here, getting so much pressure on their combo, and we see that again here. And Numlocked actually is already in the choke, going straight on the straight nearly back to more they can chew, but really nicely read from Dunc, managed to save him, and they've just absolutely cleaned up with Cookye getting a nice double kill on both soldiers.
Yeah, definitely. But Zerox does manage to pick up a frag there. It's really surprising. Just 2 shots Cookye, and then almost takes down Dunc. Well, he had 1 shot on him, put him low, and then had a second, didn't manage to hit it. So Soldier already in last. Flisko a little bit too aggressive there, trying too hard, I think. Mike's gone heavy, so we'll see Infused run a weird strat onto this last point. I don't think I've seen them use it when I've been playing. In fact, I've heard Mike try and use it, but we always said no. So
yeah, I mean that really was close there. Byte survives with 20 HP from Cookye there. But interesting to see. Obers at the minute, the Infused have a 30% advantage. Mike gets a kill on Zebbosai. I don't know. I'm not sure what the strategy is actually going on here. Is he just spamming from the top left here?
He's just running in and not being killed and just getting away with it because one of the scouts is down, pretty much. Well,
running and killing 2, getting out.
It's a great play from Byte, but the Uber does come in, of course. Zerox goes down. That's the heavy on the defensive team. Mike just doing so much damage, and that's 1-all.
Yeah, well played, Mike. And maybe they should have used that strategy a bit more, Greg.
It worked because they had the Uber advantage, and also that scout being down meant that he could just walk in the right side and not really take much damage. Like, the main thing with a heavy just walking into these chokes is that if there's a scout there, before you can kill him, he's done 250, 350 damage to you. So without one scout down, you pretty much let yourself get in it a little bit easier. And watching actually Mike this time on middle as he jumps in and then just backs off a little bit. hocz, the aggressive soldier, goes down. This time it's not looking good for TCM. What a middle so far here from Infused. But Zebo, again, goes big, and now it's just Zerox alive, but Zebo gets 2 really important frags, and there's HP on the Infused team is really low.
They have less than 150 HP shared between them, so that is, as close to the burn as it gets, really. I mean, you at the minute there, you saw Kaidus go really aggressive, no one to back him up, and he went at one point he went really aggressive through the tight into about 4 of them, which is just aggressive play, and there's that. Nice jump here.
Sorry, I just tab because Ramirez has scored, so now it's 2-2 with a away goal advantage for Chelsea. Wow.
He scored about 5 minutes ago, but I didn't tell you.
Alright.
Okay, TCM are now pushing big. What are they doing here? Yeah, Numlocked I think is on the right side of that.
As well. Numlock's going to go down. Hymzi just holding W and just... Oh, the meat shots against the soldier as well! And he's keeping on going. They don't want that middle point with their scouts. They're just sending them aggressive. Hymzi's still pretty full buffed. Gets another kill. Absolutely massive play, and here comes Kaidus. They're going to get a soldier. Hymzi gets a fourth. Destroyed is what I would say right there.
That was absolutely amazing. You know, that is pretty much put them in an amazing position to push last, which they're doing now. Byte's going straight in.
He's not got Uber yet either. Can they get him in time? No, they've not gone for him straight away, and now they do pop the Uber. Byte's going on the point, and the Sticky's all over it, but Soldier does juggle him away. Byte's going to go down here, goes for an Uber Saw. It's not going to help out. Zerox does get a frag. Hymzi gets a frag. The scouts from TCM here both seem to be on form. Can they do it? Unfortunately not. Nice comeback frag to Cookye, taking them both down. Anything you can do, I can do better. He only needs 2 more to do that. He's got 3 out of the 4 that Hymzi got.
Well, I mean, at this stage,
4, sorry, I take that back. He did kill Kaidus as well, so
yeah, he's matching it. At the minute, you know, Infused have got a good 40% advantage on Byte here, so they'll be wanting to push in Infused in about 20 seconds' time. I would expect TCM now to try and make some aggressive play, try and get something out of this position, which is the bad position they're in.
Infused have 5 people at choke though. If TCM know about this, they might be able to exploit the flank. Mike takes down Hymzi, then goes down though, so it's 1 scout less there. And looks like Infused are now going to pop Uber, take through Cookye and Numlocked at choke. Kaidus kind of going behind. Byte goes down thanks to Cookye just running in. A 2-shotting. Kaidus goes down, and that's just Zebo left alive. What a nice Uber push.
Yeah, I mean, TCM were completely divided. They had you know, a soldier on the flank and, you know, scout on the flank. And with Infused doing all 5 on choke and TCM not really exploiting that, it was bound, you know, strength in numbers really.
Yeah, if you took a look at where TCM were holding, they were really, really close on choke. Whether that's an active decision they knew, they took even, or whether it was a decision they made because Uber disadvantage and they knew about it still, but weird one. And now they've actually killed 3 players. Infused, like they wanted to push way too aggressive there, not expecting the forward spawns and lose players. Here comes Seb though, does manage to take Zerox down, and Kaidus is low. It means that TCM cannot push through here. What is Kaidus going through choke for? Oh, that's so poor. Why would you push in 3v5 and they just lost like everybody just for Numlocked? Yeah. Yeah, well, Dunc went down as well. When did Dunc die?
Dunc had 40 HP, and that's why Kaidus actually pushed in through the choke. Like Dunc had 46, and Kaidus just got a stray sticky onto him there.
Was a really weird push.
Yeah.
If their scouts hadn't, like one of their scouts went down, dropped down, and just got cleared up, and I think the same happened to one of their soldiers. And if they hadn't done that, they would have been in a much better position, and then Kaidus's push would have worked. But because they lost both those players, they kind of just felt like they needed to fall back rather than go for it. And now Infused have, you know, much better positioning at the moment. Slightly bit disadvantaged, of course. I don't know why actually. Didn't they? Both the medics did die. I'm sure. Possibly not. So we got defensive team. We got Zebo on sniper right by the door. Zerox on pyro. Where is he? He's on the pipe. No, he's hiding behind the
hiding on the right.
boxes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, their positioning at the minute kind of shows to me that Byte might not actually fully realise he has an advantage. You know, they're not even pushing with it when they had about 30% on
I
Infused.
think Dunc wasn't healing pretty much, is what it felt like to me when they walked out of spawn.
But even with that, the positioning TCM wouldn't allow them to even do anything anyway. Now with the backwards pyro, okay, we're pushing in now. Great shot from Kaidus here. Good stickies. Pyro actually cleans up, gets the demo straight out. And there's been no frag so far on the push in. But yep, Kaidus has gone really, really aggressive and on the point. Okay, yeah, that's just a case of nobody watching the games. Yeah. I mean, and up until that point, really, TCM's last hold had been pretty solid. But you know, you got to watch that riverside.
Yeah, JoeyC going pretty big there. Nice, really nice cap from him. So we now see Infused 2-1 up. So, you know, going around down early and managing to pull it back, and now they've got the momentum. So will we see them go to 6-1? We'll have to wait and see as we are on another middle. And actually, like Case wants to push under left this time. Yeah, this is what they did in the first round. They get a kill on the scout because of it, but they're losing a lot of the height advantage at the moment. They need another frag really to be able to get back in, and they've lost one before that, and they've lost Byte. Zebo must have gone aggressive. Mike does go down, so it's just 2 soldiers, a soldier demo, a medic versus 2 scouts and a soldier, and the HP on all of the TCM team is so low. hocz goes back for the health pack, does manage to get out. Where's the scout? Scout does go in, no, he backs off a little bit. It's still Hymzi, he can still 2-shot Dunc quite easily from here, but he's going to back out instead. It's taken too long, so his spawn timer would be way too late for them now.
You have what appears to be Zerox. Yeah, Zerox should just move from spawn. Thought that was a Nickel AFK. But yeah, no. I mean, at the minute, I'm expecting Infused to be pushing straight through the choke, which is what they're doing. A lot of spam down on Numlocked. He's taking 2 rockets straight to the face. Are we going to see Zerox capitalise on this? Yeah, he managed to force this Uber. Goes down himself, though. Yeah, straight defensive position from TCM here. But I can't see that point going to anyone else. It's just all going to be about how TCM managed to hold and managed to push back onto this last point with that Uber advantage they know they have.
Zebbosai is actually behind in big door at the moment. I don't know where the Infused team are or whether they know he's there. He's about to go into jump top actually. He's going via the health pack. Probably worth watching as Infused have an Uber disadvantage. But hocz goes down. The TCM Uber has been triggered because of Mike and Numlocked going down.
I think at the minute
hasn't got
Flisko's
anything
actually in
from
water.
behind.
Flisko's going down straight onto the point now. Oh, but he's seen. Yep, and that's just a it's a complete fail. But that
Scout comes in as well, trying to kill Byte. Byte goes down. JoeyC pistol, about 60 damage worth there. And we just see Dunc and Cookye left alive. Mike goes heavy. This point can't be held if he's gone heavy. He's not going to be there in time. I don't know if I like this decision of him going heavy here.
I think maybe he's just buoyed up by the fact it worked so well last time. But now he does get a straight gun down on hocz, air control
that
from the
scout
heavy.
behind the point's now going to die as well. So that's 2 players effectively they've got an advantage on. Scout can't do anything behind that point. They're just going to get a lot of cap time onto this and probably just cap it back without even having to Uber. But JoeyC goes down. We're probably going to see them try and do something here. TCM maybe force the Uber or take that heavy down. There's the Uber triggered onto the heavy. Zebo and Byte both go down, and Zerox.
Oh, Mike.
Brilliant play from Dunc there, to be honest. Like holding that Uber, baiting out them, making them think they could kill the heavy, and they're just popping it, and it's like, oh, see ya.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really feeling the heavy. I mean, obviously it didn't seem like an obvious decision at the start, but Mike's just shown. I mean, he's just got 6 kills in a row here with his heavy. You know, one after another without dying.
I feel that if TCM had maybe forced the Uber at choke, forced the Uber when they were capping the point, rather than forcing the Uber at that like bottom left door, they would have been in a much better position, obviously, because it didn't work for how it went there. So I have to wait and see what happens in this middle. TCM do need this one, that's for sure. hocz gets pretty hard meat shot this time. And actually, both soldiers from Infused pushing under that right-hand side from the TCM perspective.
We do see a difference with Zero and Sniper here, though. You know, they're running something a little bit different just to spice things up.
Yeah, and we've actually got a pause from what I can see. So, yeah, pretty intense game so far. I'm sorry for those of you that are watching this and thinking I'm not casting like normal. As I said before the game, I'm very tired. Yeah, I had to get up at 5 and do a 12-hour shift, and it takes me about an hour and however long to get into work. So, and get out.
Well, I mean, it's been a lot closer than actually what we expected. I mean, obviously we didn't think that Infused were gonna. Obviously, Infused have been in the driving seat for the vast majority of the game, but for that first round, TCM's pushes, which they were infallible, really.
Yeah, so I haven't really talked about the time limit left. It's currently about 12 minutes 30, I think. There's lines left on the time limit. I don't know who's dropped. Obviously, whoever's dropped, it does actually make a difference. So I'll just see if I can find out who it is. And at the moment in this middle fight, let's see if we can decide who's going to win it. Otherwise, I just hold tab. I think both scouts have gone down. Or scout from each team have gone down.
Well, I mean, the only difference really is that Kaidus is 20 HP. And he is in a not very favourable position right on the big door. Just one stray rocket could easily take his life. So, that's the main difference here.
Yeah, and the player that's actually dropped is Mike. And yeah, there's a good thing to bring up actually is the way that the TCM are playing it, obviously with the sniper, it adds an extra body for them to have to heal in Valley, and because they're not doing any sort of aggression really, they would have one of their soldiers in Valley as well. So it means that there's so much more for Byte to heal, and as you can tell, Zerox has a full buff, hocz doesn't, he's on 180, and Kaidus is on 20 HP, so once Byte goes to heal Kaidus, hocz is going to drop down to 60 HP. Once Kaidus gets to full, and not even a buff, just full, he's going to have to switch back to hocz and keep hocz alive, so if Infused can quite easily just spam TCM out of here if they get the height advantage, but obviously they have to poke out to do that, which means Zerox might be able to come up with that clutch headshot. I don't actually know where he's looking at the moment. He's looking up to the top right.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to peek out around there? Possibly a scout. I think rest of the spam's kind of from the bottom. Actually, Infused don't really have the best positional advantage. I thought they were going to be up top a bit more, but they've got their soldier and medic still in Valley. Yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see how this middle progresses from here.
Yeah. Well, I think Zerox is only in that position because of he was trying to track Numlocked, who was just in there a few seconds ago. But Numlocked's actually really hidden. I think really the big thing that's going to happen for me on this middle is what Flisko does. He's on his top right, and he's obviously just going to go for a jump here, and we'll see what happens there.
Is he not right where Zebo is? Where's Zebo? Yeah, Zebo's on 94 and Flisko's coming in on 143 towards the same sort of area. But Zebo, if Flisko doesn't hit that first rocket, Zebo will get the health pack, and in theory should be able to go and win that fight just because of the health advantage. Obviously, Flisko can get a height advantage, but we'll have to wait and see what really happens. Obviously, we are just filling dead time. It's currently 3-1 in a pause. 12.5 minutes left. And this is just a best of one, so whoever wins this does progress to the upper bracket final. Whoever loses drops down into the lower bracket. It's either round 6 or 7, I think. So I don't know who that will be against, unfortunately. Of course, yesterday's upset, CC versus Epsilon, Crackdown actually managed to take that. So, yeah, maybe Epsilon looking a little bit shaky at the moment. Of course, they did just defeat Infused at the weekend 2-0 on maps, so possibly not.
Was a very close game though. I mean, I watched through the replay that Numlocked provided, and it was another great game for Numlocked. It was very, very close.
Yeah, indeed. So I think we are still just waiting for Mike at the moment. As I just got an update from Byte, which is him just whining. Yep. Yeah, I did just say that. He said that Infused paused without asking. That's so, maybe that's going to upset the tempers a little bit from the TCM team when they come back after this pause. We will have to wait and see what actually happens, of course. Yeah, so what does TCM need to do, Chaplain? Do you have any idea what they need to do to try and bring this back?
Well, I think really, you've seen a lot of scrappiness, especially in their Ubers, especially in the way they're presenting themselves on the pushes and on the defences. There's no real one area I would recommend for them to fix. However, what I would fix was, their concentration on certain players. Such as, Cookie's doing a really, really good job. Mike's getting a lot of success in his bombs. But I think really on this middle, what they need to be doing is Byte should cross over, try and get Kaidus not to die, and Soldier should just try and, even for a little bit, try and cover for Kaidus because he's in such a fragile position at the minute.
I think
penalty. What?
Oh, I'm gonna
Sorry.
And see. Yeah, I think for what Infused need to do really at the moment it's not Infused, TCM even need to do. Is that I think they've done a really good job of focusing the right players down and keeping the players out of the fights, for sure. I just think they need to keep doing that, and I think they need to make sure they know how much Infused like to push off the little advantages. It seems to me that they are not ready for some of these pushes that Infused are doing, even if it is a slight Uber advantage. Not even a slight, it was like a 30% Uber advantage, and they were sat at choke and just got Ubered into and just lost their medic, demo, and soldier straight away. And it's kind of like,
definitely,
you've just given up a point for free. Not really, but you have effectively at that point. And this level, a 30% Uber advantage, Team Infused are going to use it. It's not Epsilon. I mean, as we saw, Epsilon waste 100% Uber advantage on Tekken yesterday, but that's Epsilon. Infused aren't going to do that. Yeah, Infused, any sort of advantage, it's...
Oh, what? It missed a penalty, sorry.
Did they miss it? Wow.
Yeah, hit the crossbar. Messy.
Oh my god.
What's back?
Oh, no, they're just letting Mike get back in,
cool.
So we're going to be back very, very soon. What was I going to say about it? What was I talking about before?
You were talking about how they were unprepared for the pushes, especially around the choke.
A lot of the pushes that Infused do comes down to ammo people have, the amount of damage Seb does before they push in, who's there, who's in what position from the team, and TCM don't seem to understand exactly how the Infused pushes don't seem ready for it, so they need to make sure they predict it a little bit more.
Well, I mean, just 2 rounds ago, you saw them holding second, with just the medic and the demo man, entirely unknown that Infused were going to be pushing. You just see, I think TCM really out of rhythm with Infused, and they need to kind of get in the driving seat, get the master on, and be ready for the pushes when Infused do push. Because at the minute, Infused are being so successful in their pushes, especially to second and from choke. That's just me anyway.
Yeah, indeed. And I'm quite liking these heavy swap ups from Mike. You know, obviously I wasn't 100% on one of them, but it's because I thought TCM might play a different way. And like, you know, as I called the Infused, there was no way they would have blocked that point if Mike was heavy. Oh, sorry, if Mike was soldier, but because he was heavy, it meant they had to stay at choke and then re-push it. And if TCM had played it slightly differently, they wouldn't have allowed the re-push. But we are actually back live on middle, and Kaidus obviously getting the heals, as we said before. And what's going to happen? hocz jumps up right, trying to get positioning for Kaidus, goes down. Kaidus takes down Numlocked, as a big pick. Zebo loses that one-on-one to Flisko that we talked about, but there's a shot from Zerox, what they needed. But here comes a soldier, forces Byte early, goes down. Dunc's on 99, not healing anybody. Flisko on 50, there's the Uber for Infused, and actually they're staying at big door really defensively. They look like they want to go back in with this Uber.
Yep, and that's what they're going to exactly be doing. We get a straight jump from Flisko. Manages to get a lot of damage on, however Hymzi does manage to clean him up after the Uber's swapped off him. Byte does go down, but Kaidus manages to clear up Cookye, and it's like TCM are actually going to be in a good position to get that.
Yeah, obviously they've got the medic disadvantage, but they will just cap this point. You know, Infused will just back off, accept the Uber advantage they have, and not try and block it. Pretty much. Mike looks like he wants to do something. Oh, he almost got his headshot there by Zerox. So, of course, you know, if you're in TCM's position, you're still playing with a sniper, you're not going to mind having this Uber disadvantage, because it's going to mean that Infused have to Uber straight through the choke point. As long as they play more defensive than they did last time, and not just get Ubered on a choke. Have to wait and see, and I actually think this is when Mike's timed out, yeah, as you can see, standing still at the moment. Well, so maybe Infused won't push off this Uber advantage because of the Mike crash. Yeah, I doubt they will. So this is like, you know, played into TCM's hands a little bit more, because Mike obviously won't get there in time from respawning. And actually, Byte's gone Kritzkrieg. Sorry, I've only just spotted that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, as here's Dunc Uber now. Byte's on 90%. They look like they want to go big door with a soldier and a scout at the moment.
Yeah, Numlocked is pressing choke quite heavily though. Here we go. There we go. Straight in now.
No, not quite in yet. Not
yeah, no, I thought
they might have spotted the crits, but I don't think they have. I think they know the Dunc is at big door as well. There's the Uber triggered. Was it for the crits? No, it wasn't. Byte didn't pop, so TCM is going to fall well out. They're going to lose Zebo, but Byte drops. Numlocked goes huge, jumps into choke, and actually manages to take down Byte in the end. Oh, that's a poor play. There was like 5 TCM players around him. How did he die to one player?
No, I mean, but
it's the back cap. Oh my god, it's my bad.
You could really see what they were hoping for there. You know, with a straight crits push through, just kill Numlocked and then go for the back cap with the crits, while Infused used the Uber straight through the flank. Really good idea, but it was just Numlocked managed to get a bit jammy there, take down Byte, and really was a thorn in their side there.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that TCM fell out rather than push forward. That was my bad. So,
I mean, I think the intention with the crits was always just to use it to get rid of Numlocked. Well, Cookye, he manages to absolutely just annihilate there, and they've got no choice just to try and get out.
Yeah, they look like they want to try and get this. Hymzi goes down, Kaidus goes down. That's a pretty big pick. They're trying to pressure Numlocked, but Numlocked sitting at 260 at the moment makes it pretty hard for someone just to hold W and run into him. Hymzi falls back. Of course, Hymzi didn't have his buff, well, means that he doesn't hold his W key and run into them until he gets it. So now he's got it, we'll probably expect someone to go and force us Uber. TCM, Infused pushing through the big door side. And they do pick off Hymzi. He was holding W into that soldier, as I predicted. Byte goes down way too aggressive. Zerox is sniper up top, but it's not going to matter. Zerox is going to get actually killed now. Yep, only 2 players left up and a full Uber for Dunc. That was a really poor sacrifice. 4 players, and they didn't even force the Uber.
I mean, what we're seeing now is just exactly what we talked about before. Them being entirely, you know, unaware of Infused pushes and getting completely cleaned up when they do. And I can't see this going any other way. Another great round for Infused. You know, it's not completely lost for TCM, but you know, it's getting a bit too close to the bone here. To answer Cross' question from earlier, he was asking why TCM aren't called TCM. I assume it's because Byte only wants to call them TCM when they're ready, and then they'll get the financial support. Because I think that X-Man and Byte are thick as thieves, as far as I know.
Yeah, they don't want to guarantee support to a team. They don't know whether they want to support, pretty much, I think is what it is. As we said, we are back on the middle, of course. Mike's taking quite a lot of damage already. He has the back of Zerox sniping. And look at the low HP from the TCM lineup. Means Hymzi goes down, Byte goes down, JoeyC going big there, nice pick. Cookye does get cleaned up. Zebo gets Dunc, and Seb Big players from Zebo. He's in behind. Kaidus is there as well. JoeyC on 40 HP. 22 now. Does manage to fall into Kaidus' face. And there's Flisko one-on-oneing Zebo. Nice bit of MGE. Zebo does get the kill at the end, and that was
him, yeah.
Really big mid from Zebo, and I have to say he's been my outstanding player at the moment on these middle fights from the TCM lineup. Without him earlier they wouldn't have been winning middles, and he almost managed to grab them that one as well.
Yeah, I think something has to be said about Hymzi's performance as well. I think he's been getting some really key picks here and there, but Zeb's definitely going to make a difference in between the two sides on the middle. Oh wow, yeah, nice little shot from Zerox there, takes care of JoeyC after he takes down hocz.
Yeah, but TCM committed to try and take that second point and lost 2 players, and like the Zerox shot isn't something you can rely on that much.
Yeah,
I mean, fair enough, he's an awesome sniper, but in that situation, it's not something you can rely on to get a frag back. It's a nice shot that he managed to get it, which limits Infused possibility now, as the spawner's already anyway.
Sniping is always a gamble. I mean, there's no real guarantee that they'll play exactly the way you want them to. However, Zebbosai looks like he's actually getting bricked in here. Straight Uber from Byte here, splits it 3 times. And there's been no response from Infused, who have 90% and a equal players.
Yeah, really nice positioning from Infused there as well. TCM thought they were much more aggressive there, and because they had that Uber disadvantage, that slight Uber disadvantage, Dunc was playing a lot more defensively, and it worked out really well. But actually, they lose 2 players here. They're going to now Uber in, save Zeb. Of course, they saved the soldier who's going aggressive. I think it's Mike as well. And we'll see if this plays off for Infused at the moment. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Frag's going straight their way. Down. Really nice play from the combo. Mike, Numlocked and Dunc there. Dunc is still alive on 43 HP, and Kaidus gets picked off as well. It was a really nice play, all in all, from the heavies from Infused in that big door side. And actually, Dunc has to cap this, so he can't go forward and heal his player, just means Hymzi gets another frag. That's quite funny.
I mean, time and time again, we're going to see Infused doing another one of the pushes. Oh, nice headshot from Zerox, takes down Numlocked. That's absolutely massive. However, Infused are going to get that Uber. Only 40% to go before, after Numlocked actually spawns, so maybe it's not as useful as TCM had hoped. Zerox gets another kill here, straight picks out Flisko. However, Byte does go down to Cookye. Cookie's playing really, really well at the minute. And Zerox goes down as well. Mike gets a triple kill, takes in the demo, scout and a soldier. And it looks like it's all over. Yeah, all completely over. Yeah, Mike going massive, and so is Cookye as well.
It was all Cookye. Mike was just not being looked at and just fired rockets at people. I'm sorry, Mike might have had decent aim there, but Cookye was just sat there jumping around, wasted so much ammo, and then picked up the health back in front of everybody, and then just it was, Stefan-like movement sort of thing, and it was absolutely brilliant, just destroying TCM there, Mike and Cookye together, and 5-1 now to Infused, and as I called it before, I called it would probably be 6-1, and we have to wait and see if TCM can go big. Hymzi actually flanking all the way behind Dunc now, misses 3 shots, eventually takes down Dunc, but they're losing everybody else at the same time. Just Byte and hocz left up, nice shot onto Mike there, and maybe they'll be able to do this, as long as, nope, are they going to go in? Look at the HP on some of those players. Numlocked jumps behind. He wants to get that kill onto Byte, along with their soldier here as well, and here they come. Misses one of those rockets onto Numlocked as he comes out the door, and there we go. Byte gets just destroyed in the end, and hocz goes down as well. Well, I didn't see what percent Uber they were on there, but it didn't work out whatsoever.
Time and time again, we're seeing TCM being caught out of position by Infused. I think Infused are playing just a bit more aggressive than TCM are actually expecting here, and it's really, really working out for Infused at the minute. We do have some more heavy action. Let's see if we can do a Mike-like movement on the last point. Byte goes straight down, and I can't see this going any other way.
Just Kaidus, and
you called
there
it.
We go.
So yeah, that was a very interesting game. However, it wasn't as close as maybe it could have been, to be honest.
Yeah, I called it before the game. I said, TCM, as long as they don't give the momentum too much to Infuse, they would be able to hold on to it and make it a good game. And it started off really, really nicely for them, but Infuse got, the train going and ended up winning 6-1. Really, really nicely played to them. Chaplain, do you have an MVP for the game?
Well, yeah, I think... although I thought JoeyC was really an unsung hero for that, I'm going to give that straight to Cookye. We saw some amazing plays from Numlocked. He was, he was normally brilliant, consistently good. But some of the occasional spurts of brilliance for Cookye were really, TCM just couldn't handle him at all.
Yeah, I've got to agree for sure. It's got to be Cookye, and while some other players played well, you can't give it to anybody else. So really well played to Cookye. So I've been Greg. Joining me has been Chaplain. This has been VanillaTV. Velociraptor, or Esports Heaven Velociraptor upper bracket semi-final on the stream has been Comedian, and your winners are Team Infused, who progressed to play against Crack Clan in the upper bracket final. Thank you very much for joining us.